import a piece of footage, my video, when it's already put together. It's going to be an MP4 or MOV. I import the file. I go into File, Import File,
Okay.
find the video, and here we'll import this one. Now that I have my file here, I right click, New Comp from Selection.
Okay.
Now I have my composition. From here, I like to find my spot where I want to put an effect. I think I'll
Okay.
choose here, maybe add a money glow. So I'll cut out here and split it up. I'll start about right here on the timeline. I'll make that bigger. Split layer. Slide over the time indicator. End it right about here.
Okay.
Split layer. Now I have my clip. So from here, I'd like to pre-compose this to make it smaller so I have more to work with. I'll right click on this, hit pre-compose, and it's like it nested. So now if I move all attributes to the next composition and adjust it to the duration of the time span, I hit OK. Now I have that. I double click it. Now it's just this scene only on the timeline
Okay, yeah.
to work with. I can always go back and render out this whole video. And now I have this right here. It'll still show up, but I can work on it by double clicking and going back to here. So from here, I think I want to add a money glow. So for starters, I'll go ahead. I'll probably make a folder, label this my project for starters.
Mhm.
Put all of my current work in there, save the project, and maybe just call it my project. Save. Now I'll right click, I'll import and hit file or file, import file. Next, I'll go to the DonebyD wherever you have it downloaded. It's on my D drive. The DonebyD templates preset pack. I'll go to the folder of my choosing. In this case, I want a glow. So I'll go to glow effects temps, double click, test out whichever one you want. Typically, I read to see which one matches what I need. I need a glow trail or
Yeah.
a money glow. If I see money glow, which I do, I'll go ahead, double click it. Now I'm going to import this template, this AEP file right here. I'll
Okay.
double click that. Once it's done, you should see the newly imported project file inside your project, which is an AEP. Once it's done loading, we'll open up the AEP. What I'll do now is drop down, double click this, which is my
Mhm.
main template, Money Glow with Chroma. Double click that. This is your scene. This is your example. So here I can play it back to see what we're working with. Give it a second to render. Play it back a few times so we know what we're doing. We want to get this look.
Yeah.
So how we can do that, follow the example. We have two scenes here, really three, I guess. No, we got two, okay. You got your scene before the money globe and after. If you choose to use the transition that I include, you can do so on your video by copying top to bottom, select that, control select this, control select this. You can always copy these adjustment layers that you see inside the template, copy and paste them onto your scene. In this case, we only have the money inside this nested pre-composed
Yeah.
section here. So we'll apply it on this one right here, since this is where the scene before it is. I'll go ahead and I'll paste it on top inside our timeline for our project file. And I'll slide it into place to kind of match up the way it did on the example. On the example, I had this bottom adjustment layer start right here when the next scene comes in, and then the other two followed behind. Now, of course, this is the same exact video, but you should get a similar look. It's just not the same exact scene.
Yeah.
So we basically took this and created a whole transition based off of our example by copying the adjustment layers in order from top to bottom, selecting them, copying them, and putting them on our timeline. You can do that with any video.
Oh, okay, I see.
And they should show up and match the example if all the plugins work correctly and are installed. And now we can focus on the actual glow to finish up our look.
Yeah.
Here, excuse me, here is our labeled glow layer that we will take this, not rotor brush, but everything after the rotor brush, you can copy and paste onto your rotor brush layer of your money. So this is pretty much the glow effect right here. I can
Um,
go ahead and turn these off first so we can get a better view of the glow without the adjustment layers. This is the glow layer, just so you see I turn it on and off.
yeah.
Roto brushing, for starters, before we get into the glow, I basically take my cutout layer, which is right here, that we're going to use. I duplicate it. I hit this roto brush tool. I go here, or I go here, and I change the resolution to full. Then I double click the roto brush layer that we want to use, that we duplicated, and I try to highlight what I want to keep. It won't be the cleanest since we're doing an example.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead, finish this off. Freeze that once I'm done and everything is highlighted. And we'll apply the glow two different ways I'll show you. One way will be copying and pasting the settings you see on the example. The other way will be applying an animation preset. Typically, I try to create presets for glows and things of that nature. You'll see them labeled, and oftentimes even with instructions on the label inside the preset folder that I included inside the pack. Now that it's done, I'll try the first way, which will be to copy and paste the plugin settings from the example. Here we go. Go back to the example, go to our layer. Everything after RotoBrush, I'll go ahead and select from top to bottom. I'll hit Refine, Shift, Deep Glow, Edit, Copy. Go back to our main nest. This is our main layer. Label that Money layer, Money Glow Roto. Go ahead and do a quick save of the project. And here we can go ahead, edit and paste. And now we have the glow. Now, according to how you may want it to look, you can of course adjust if it's too much or too little. Here are your settings. You can change them over here in your effect control panel, which if you do not see it, go to effects and make sure it's checked up here. You could also drop down on your layer, go to effects, and change your settings accordingly down here.
Okay.
For an effect like this, to change the output, typically Luma key is where you might want to start to change how much or how little you see. There is an animation preset that'll also show you how to apply to achieve a glow similar to this, if not the same thing. I'll delete these and I'll go ahead and apply an animation preset by going to Animation, Apply Animation Preset. This is my folder. You have this inside of the download you just received. I'll go ahead and search for Money Glow. And here is that glow that we just used in animation preset form. I'll typically spread out the name right here so I can read everything. It says Money Glow with the highlights. Apply to roto layer. That's the instructions.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and double click that. And as you can see, we now have the same exact result, except we used an animation preset. For glows, you can typically get away with applying presets on top of your layers. That's how you can import an AEP and use it to your liking, adjustment layers all the way down to the actual layers where the effects are. I'll go ahead and do one or two more examples, but before I do you have any questions?
So far so good. Can you like do a transition one?
Sure.
Yeah, because that's where I'm at right now.
What I'll do is go ahead
But I
and
think I'm
show how to.
understanding.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I get it now a little bit.
These technically are considered transitions. Chromas are considered transitions.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
outside of those, I could go ahead and show possibly a roto transition, maybe a freeze frame for starters. Say I
Ooh,
want him to pop up on the previous scene right here. I'll go ahead, I'll take the first frame of this scene right here,
okay.
where he starts right here, and I'll split it. Boom. I'll go ahead, take it all the way to where it ends, right about here. Split it. So now it's just this scene on this clip. Now I'll duplicate this layer. What I'll do is two variations. I'll have him slide in and I'll have him flicker in. Both can be freeze frame transitions, which
Yeah.
means I take one frame from this whole scene, typically the first. I right click, I hit time, I hit freeze frame. Now I can go ahead and rotoscope this layer and it'll be that first frame. I can stretch it out to about 1 second. It shouldn't have to last longer than that. My effect. Go ahead, full resolution, grab the roto brush, double click, and I'm gonna first right click and rename this roto freeze frame.
Okay.
Then I will double click and begin to highlight him. Highlighted, freeze. The first freeze frame effect will consist of me importing an AEP template, also using an animation preset similar to what we did with the glow. So you can get the flow of how to do both. It's done. Now I go back to quarter resolution, save, go back to my pointer tool selection, and I will go ahead, duplicate this roto layer, turn off this bottom one for now, work with this top one. What I'll do is start with the animation version first. The animation preset will apply is going to have something like 5-frame roto freeze frame flicker. That'll be the name of it if I'm not mistaken. So we make sure we have this layer selected, animation, apply animation, and go ahead and search for that. Boom. Double click. Now we have our animation. We have our plugins over here. And on this one, I believe even something with the opacity gets animated. A nice little flicker effect. I'm going to go ahead. I know this is only about 5 frames. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this in some to about 5 frames. Right over here, you can see the time. 5 frames. What I know is I want this to flicker in before the scene starts. That'll be my roto transition. I'll go ahead and I'll slide this layer to the left so it pretty much ends when the scene starts. And then we can play back how that looks.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
There's also one more way, of course, to achieve the same look. I'll leave that there and turn it off. We can go about it the scene way. So let me save, go to the project tab, right click or file, import, file. Go back to the templates. And in this case, we're not going to go to Glow FX temps. We're going to go to Roto FX temps. And here we will look for, oh, excuse me, we'll go back to Roto. Freeze frame effects temps. My apologies. It's what we want. And flicker glow roto. It's what you want to click. Double click that project file.
Mhm.
Now it's in there. Drop down, double click the template. And here you go. Let's play it back to see what we're working with. So this is the main part we want to work with.
Yeah.
This is the actual flicker,
Okay.
similar to what we just applied, the preset. except if you would like to copy these settings, you can do so by selecting this layer,
Okay.
effect controls, and there are all your plugins. And in this case, I would always check to see if there's any keyframes on the transform tools, the opacity, scale, position. So I also drop down on this layer here and I check down here, and there you see opacity has an animation too. So in order to highlight the opacity with the effects, I'd go ahead, I select the first plugin here, hold shift and select the last one. Then I'd I'd control and click or command and click opacity in this case. That way they're all highlighted. And then I'd
Okay.
edit and copy.
Yeah.
So now everything is copied. And now we paste it onto our main layer. So if I go back to our main composition here, this is our main layer. So now I can go ahead, edit and paste. We should achieve the same result. Let me turn it on. And let me slide this down to 5 frames, slide it inward, make that bigger, put this in the same position, and we should achieve the same exact flicker effect.
Oh wow. Okay. That's fire.
And in this case, because we have a full-blown scene with adjustment layers, we can actually copy this adjustment layer and place it on top of the scene right after the flicker effect takes place, just like in the example. This
Yeah.
is a shape. We could go ahead, copy this shape by selecting the adjustment layer, edit, copy, go back to our scene, go on to this part right here, which is where the scene starts after the flicker ends. And then we can paste our adjustment layer right on top. Now see how it doesn't line up with where we want it. So after you hit paste, you can go find at the beginning typically where it's at and slide it right back into place where you want it. Now you have a shape to go with your flicker, trying to create the whole scene, creating the whole look in this case. Now, if I play it back, it's fast, but you have a flicker with a shape now.
Yeah.
Now it's more
Crazy.
effects.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I
Say
get
you
it.
want to add another shape,
Yeah.
possibly one from the animation pack of presets. We can go ahead, do an adjustment layer from scratch, do a shape, do a puddle hit, do a warp, anything. Let's go ahead, turn this off, go ahead, save. Let's make an adjustment layer. Layer, new, adjustment. I'll split this up, slide over here, split it right there, and delete this and delete this as well. Now we have an adjustment layer that we will apply a shake to for starters.
Yeah.
Go ahead, animation, apply, look for a shake, or even just search for one. Shake. We can do an up down shake.
Mm.
Let's play that back.
Okay. Okay. That's tough. That's fire.
We can label this up down shake. Go ahead and save. Let's do one more. Now, before we make a new adjustment layer, let's just duplicate this one. And let's take these effects off. Let's go ahead and turn off this bottom layer since we're done with this adjustment layer. I think I want to add a puddle. Let's go ahead and animation, apply animation. Puddle. I'll add this one, puddle warp hit. See how it looks. Let's play it back. Stretch that out. Seems like it needed a little more time to cook. If you ever think that the effect isn't done, stretch
Yeah.
out your adjustment layer. Also check the keyframes to see when they end.
Yeah.
Real wavy. May not match the scene quite yet, but I think we might be able to use that somewhere else, which is the benefit of having adjustment layers. If you don't like the way it looks on this scene, you can always slide it to another part of your video. Let's go ahead and drag this to the top. Let's find another part where maybe it might fit.
Yeah.
Slide around. B-roll maybe. Let's slide it here. Who knows? Play that back. If it's a little too much, you can always tweak the settings of the plugins. Warp puddle. That's the main warp you see here. Tweak the settings a little bit. Frequency maybe. Amplitude. Even tweak the center of it. Play it back till it matches your liking.
Okay.
You can also duplicate adjustment layers. I like the way their shape looked. I think I want to use it somewhere else. I like the way the chroma looked. I'll duplicate all these and put the same look somewhere else. I think I want to put it right here. Right when that scene comes in. I want to have like a chroma warpy look. Let me go ahead, save. And I'm going to duplicate these from top to bottom. Take this, select top to bottom, edit, duplicate. Make that bigger. We'll go ahead and I'm going to slide these in place. Slide it to where it lines up just as I want the transition to be. If I go through it, I want it to follow right here. Keep sliding it to where I play it back, slide it just a little more.
That's far.
Now we got another transition. Go ahead
Okay.
and save that.
Okay.
And that's how you duplicate adjustment layers and use it to your liking all across the video. Also, how you can apply animation presets to adjustment layers. We can also do slides. Slide transitions. Let's try to do one from this scene to the next. Let's go ahead and split the layer when this scene ends. Split it here. Go ahead and start seeing how you want it to look. I think I want an up-down slide. I want my slide to go up and down from one scene to the next.
Yeah.
So I can apply animation presets. I could also import a template. I think I'll start with the template first. Right click or go to File, Import, File. This time I'm going to my Transitions FX Temps.
Yeah.
Then
That's where I'm at right now.
I'll go ahead And I'll check out my slides. My slide seamless, my slides and glows. I think I'll go with slides and glows. I know there's some solid slides in here. Go ahead, double click on the project file. Go ahead, drop down on that project file, that newly imported one. Double click on the project template, and then we can play that back. See how that looks.
Sheesh. That's tough.
Let's play that one more time. For starters, we definitely see that slide left and right. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a slide up and down as well.
Mhm.
Yep. So here I have everything labeled. Slide up, slide up. And they both go together. This is going to be for the previous scene, and the scene that you want to slide into is right here. So how we could do this is we can go ahead and take the adjustment layers in order that we see. We can take this top layer here, right click in order, next layer, control click this one as well,
So it goes from top to bottom.
top to bottom.
Okay.
Always click in order if possible. Click that first layer and click all the way down by holding control and clicking all the layers
Yeah.
going downward. Edit, copy, and let's see if we can paste this and make a look. Go back to our scene and try to match them up to align with our footage, just like they did on the example. If I go to edit, paste, we got our layers there now. Let's slide them into place to match with our footage. Let's see how that looks now that we've got them aligned.
Oh, that's fire.
That's great.
Yeah, that's good.
It aligned. Now, let's go even further and add that side slide that we saw to transition into this scene. So I'll split it right where this scene comes in. Now I'll go back to our example and I'll take the adjustment layers from this scene and make sure they line up accordingly. These are the three layers that I will work with. 1, 2, 3 for these two clips right here. So I'll copy from top to bottom. I'll click that, control, hold that, click, click, edit, copy. Yellow curry is our main composition. I edit and paste, drag that down so I can go slide these back to where we're at. Make that bigger. Slide it right here, as close to place as possible, and see how that comes out if I play it back.
Uh, okay, I get it. I get it now. Okay.
That's how we can do it using the template. If we wanted to try presets, let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and try finding one more scene, do a transition from this scene to the next. Similar transition. I edit and I split. This time we're going to use one of these adjustment layers, duplicate it, slide into place, but we're going to delete everything from it and start fresh to apply a preset of our own. So go to Effect Controls. I Control A, select everything, and I delete it. Go ahead, apply animation. We're going to look for a slide. We hit slide. Let's try slide in from left. DB.
Nice.
Nice. We got our slide in from left. Maybe if we slide out, we can get a full look similar to what we did here. We got our slide in. Let's see if we can get a slide out. Go ahead, duplicate this layer so I don't have to create a new one. Delete all of this. Kind of slide it back like this. And make that a little smaller. I probably won't need much. And I'll start at the beginning of this adjustment layer and add a preset. Let's see if we have a slide out. Slide out right. Let's see what that does. Okay, so we got our layer. Boom. So right where you see it kind of end is where you typically want the slide to be cut off. Right about here is where we want the animation to stop. Then we'll slide it in place so it seamlessly slides right in to the next scene. Like this.
Mm,
And now we've created the same look using presets.
yeah.
Play that back.
Tough. That's right.
Now we can relabel this. Right click, slide out, left, slide in, right. And we've created a transition.
Nice.
And of course, you can always duplicate this 2-layer transition and apply it anywhere else in the video. Same with these. And you can just apply them all throughout the video.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Do you have any questions? I think we're
Yeah, I'm
almost about to
pretty
end.
understanding now, yes.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's like a cheat code.
That's great. That's great. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm glad this
And I
helped.
appreciate you for helping me and letting me, like, show me the way. For
No
sure.
problem.
Yeah, keep doing your thing. You've been killing it, I ain't gonna lie, so. I mean,
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
yeah, appreciate it.
Sure. And I'm here if you have any more questions. Thank you.
Bet.
Cool. I'll record this, send it over to you, the video of this call, and just so you can have it as backup.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.